So you know what business wants, but is it likely that we are going to see any kind of thawing of the relationship between Australia and China, or is it just going to be more of the same? Because it sort of appears to be that Albanese is still going to have to stick with a lot of the strategic relationships, particularly as they relate to defence, like the AUKUS, like the positioning that in Indo-Pacific that a lot of our major partners are engaging in. So will China, do you think, with a softening of rhetoric, do you think they're going to be willing to engage more with our Australian ministers moving forward?
I think you've raised a really important question, and that is, it takes two to tango, as we've always said, the old adage. And I think that, we do need to see a more positive response from both sides. And I think that the election of a new incoming Albanese government does provide, on the Australian side, it provides a platform, if you like, for Australia to begin seeking to re-engage. But also, and arguably, as the outgoing coalition government has often said, that it needs the response to come, from Beijing as well. And so I think, though, and, someone who works a lot in Asia and with China, face is a very important thing. And I think that a new government does provide an opportunity for a hard reset is hard to see, I have to admit. Will, I think that's difficult to predict that's going to happen. But some some thawing out, if you like, of that communication coming back from Beijing to these counterparts here in Australia. But just to come to the point that we've just been discussing there about Tokyo, I mean, our Prime Minister had to cut his press conference short here in Australia because he was getting on a flight to Tokyo to meet with the Quad leaders. And I think, looking at those leaders there, you've got Japan, you've got India, who, whilst having close alignment with the United States, do not have the same issues in their bilateral relationship with China, that Australia has unfortunately been experiencing in the last couple of years, which means that it is possible, right? It's possible to navigate those old, alliances, the traditional alliances that we have, but also that extremely important relationship with Beijing, and that bilateral trade and investment relationship in particular that we have with them.